You know how when you are writing or painting, there is the impression that you are not creating but discovering what is already there. You have been going along in the dark for some time. Is it here? Is it there? Then suddenly, what else is the excitement? You have been helpless for so long, well, not quite helpless, because you know you have these glimpses, that what you are doing is uncovering. And so what is to be uncovered is there. So you let yourself go, with diligence, with pain, and then suddenly, by neither accident nor design, you have been blown round some corner. There is this extraordinary landscape. The ground fell away into the rolling green parkland that I had seen before, in which light seemed to come not from reflection, but from the objects themselves, in which trees seemed to contain their own shadows, and sheep were dotted on the ground like stars. The flowers like trees, and the trees like large flowers, birds in the air like notes of music. It was also like that courtyard with a bird or finger coming down. Also that place beyond the dust, I suppose, beyond the empty nest, beyond the frame, where no one except the child was looking.
What are the moments of illumination when something in ordinary life suddenly seems to be like a painting or a story?
That is it. That's the moment when you feel very clearly the existence of this network of meaning that you can't put into ordinary language. You can hold it somewhere in your mind. You can't put it into language, or that isn't there in ordinary language. That you know it, and people do know it, and they have the choice of holding it in their heart or minds, or killing it because they wish to use ordinary language. If I can't put it in ordinary language, then it doesn't exist. Then you can kill it, sure, yeah. Then you go rattling on. You have a busy life, knocking down skittles, getting your own way, yeah, having a okay time, but you aren't exactly on to much about meaning.
The autobiography Efforts at Truth was published in 1994. As in most of his writing, Mosley was determined to leave the drawing of conclusions to the reader. Truth, he says, is not a matter of certainty, but of endeavour. The endeavour is to step back and to cultivate a sense of one's role in a dynamic pattern, like an evolving work of art.
I wouldn't be able to suggest there might be any good things about my life unless I was honest about the bad things. So I was honest about the bad things, I hope, and I think I was honest, and people did say, wow, this is a very honest book, quite alarmingly self-exposing. And I didn't mind that. I mean, the good things make no sense unless they're in the context of so-called bad things. There's no sense in anything unless there's a pattern. Pattern is made by the interplay of the good things, bad things, of the darkness and light. That's what pattern is. The interesting things about life is the interplay. The interesting things about me, presumably, the interplay. Well, there's some rather shameful things, but they are part of the interplay. Well, of course, people who read it, if they wanted to say, wow, you know, there are some pretty or crummy things in this book. Wow, we can just look up there. But on the whole, they didn't know that there were quite a few reviews saying that people who did say they found the honesty and the effort to truth to be exhilarating was a word that one or two people used, which I rather liked. Life-giving. Well, good, that's fine.
The premise of Mosley's writing life has been that fiction is a means of exploring and refining perception. By shifting attention to aspects of life that are always beyond language and stories, and at the horizon between experiences and words, he has tried to expose the dynamics through which human nature and self-understanding are renewed. In the 1930s, Virginia Woolf wrote that novel reading is a difficult and complex art, requiring great finesse of perception and great boldness of imagination. Mosley has often asked more than this. But if there is to be wonder and excitement and discovery, then there must be readiness for a journey guided only by hints and resonances. Nicholas Mosley's long journey has yielded distinctive, vital novels, which are invitations.
Events that are supposed to be important, pain, infidelity, all forms of political maneuver, are seen as peripheral to a central effort, of which they are symptoms like sweat. This effort is the construction of a certain style in which a man can trust what is happening and thus can affect it, when reasonably he is dead. What happens is the quiet walk in the garden, his meetings with one or two women. This is living. His own part in it would be tiny, but he would not imagine it anything else.